This is Blaze Personalized Dog Training. This is Blaze.
That's fine, just keep going.
And this
I'm
is
Blaze,
Bentley.
that's Bentley.
We're doing a 4-week board and train. Bentley is on his, fifth day now?
Something like that.
And we're working on down. I've been working on down for the past like 2 days. I've done it at least 100 times. And I'm running into some issues about putting pressure down and not putting pressure down enough. And
You're rewarding timing too.
Yeah.
So basically what Antonio is saying, and we're going to kind of do this like based on a conversation. So you're going to be hearing Antonio talk here, and I'm going to be talking to him. And yes, I am talking to you guys, but I want you guys to hear kind of the behind the scenes of what we do here, and how we problem solve. So what ends up happening is, especially with my junior trainers or any of my interns or any new trainers in general that I may be working with, I want them to go through the same type of things that any trainer who's been training for a long time goes through. Is they make a million mistakes, and not all mistakes are going to get reflected on the dog. So these aren't like mistakes where the dog's going to become aggressive or you're going to hurt the dog. This is more of like a timing mistake. And I think sometimes dog trainers go too crazy with, you should never make mistakes or practice on a dog. That's how you're going to learn. And even me today, I'm still learning and becoming better and better as a dog trainer. So some of the things Antonio was doing were great. So he was trying to use pressure. He tried to use food at first. He was just not getting it. Even though his food motivation was so high that he was just mostly just following his hand for the food, and he wouldn't allow him to even gently guide him to the down. So what he did is he grabbed the collar, the martingale, and he would gently guide him down with pressure to the down position, and as soon as he'd lay all four paws down, he'd mark it yes and give food. The problem with that is you can't keep doing that over a ton of sessions. You have to kind of progress to where the dog's staying down there willingly with no pressure, but you're prepared to add the pressure back again. So to kind of give you an example, and I've been working with him, so he's not going to show the same way that I got to see him earlier today before I started working with him. But I'm going to try to do my best to show you what Antonio was running into the issue with, and how you might be able to help in your training to be able to improve your dog's skills and your timing. All right, so Antonio was doing something more like this. He was grabbing the collar and he was pulling him down here, and he was getting him down like this, and yes, and getting him down, which was good at first. He was getting the down, that's fine. But what was happening now is that if Antonio tried to move up or at all, the dog was getting up instantly. So he wasn't learning how to stay down, and he also wasn't learning how to follow direction with the finger. So Antonio's idea was, okay, I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna keep the dog really far away from me, okay? And try to get the dog to pay attention to my finger. And I'm gonna still try to get the dog to lay down. So something a little bit like this. So he's kind of, so again, you could see, I've already started working with him, but to give you an example, there we go, he got up again. All right, so to give you an example, he was trying to do this, okay, to get the dog to do this. But right now, it's hard to tell, but I'm still applying pressure to the dog. So I'm not allowing the dog to make a mistake here or make the decision to stay here, because you see, if he goes to get up, I just stop him. So now, what I do is I release that pressure. Yes. I release that pressure, but I still keep my hand on the leash. So I'm going to show you how. Sorry, it was hard to show you that time because the leash is probably underneath of it. And you could do this multiple ways. You could step on the leash. Now, soon we won't be using any leash pressure. He's going to start getting, you can see he's already laying down without me having to always put leash pressure down. But if I am going to use leash pressure, I'm going to come on this side. So I'm going to apply pressure down. I'm going to show him, but good. See, he's staying on his own. If he stays on his own, good. I don't need to apply any pressure, but if he goes to get up, I'm going to force him in a sense to get up. Oh, there we go. And you see I'm giving him small tugs and I'm releasing him. And then now, I'm going to start to stand up too. But I'm prepared to add that pressure if needed. So this is how I slowly start to get away from that dog and get away from the pressure and get a longer down, as you can see. Good. And then once he looks up, I'm gonna mark it. Yes. Good. All right, so to kind of go over what I just did there, I used that leash pressure to help guide the dog. When the dog was down, you saw I rewarded him. I continuously rewarded him. But I was prepared to add that pressure back again if the dog did get up. And as the dog stayed there longer and was more comfortable and I didn't have to give as many corrections, I could stand up, because that's the ultimate goal. I need the dog to be able to lay down and be able to walk away. So sometimes we have to take that and break it into those little small sections like I just did here. But we also have to make sure that we're moving from step 1 to step 2, that we're not just kind of continuously staying on step 2. So you always want to make sure you reevaluate what you're doing with your dog. All right, I'm Blaze, that's Bentley, behind the camera is Antonio. Thanks for watching.